Hello, thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to show you my French Napoleonic force. I thought about calling this an army, but it's really not big enough. It's a skirmish command. Originally it was put together for use with the chosen men rules, but I didn't get on with those, and so more latterly it's used with sharp practice. The light infantry voltigeurs and the line infantry fusiliers are Victrix plastics. I like these figures. They're fiddly to put together, and there is a significant drawback in that some of the things break easily, so you can, if you look carefully, you can see one or two bayonets that have snapped. Getting the arms and the heads and the backpacks to fit can be a bit tricky, and care needs to be taken to make sure you get the correct left arm with the right arm. Just looking at the backpacks, you can see the variety in these figures. You get spare pairs of shoes and water bottles attached to it. You get sacks and flasks hanging from the bottom. You get different blanket rolls. It all goes to make a really realistic looking unit. The cannon is from Victrix Games. It goes together easily and looks very nice when it's completed. The crew are metal from Wargames Foundry. I wouldn't normally use the dress uniform, but I struggled to find any manufacturer who did line horse artillery in the early part of the war in campaign dress. The Dragoons are plastic Perry miniatures. They come in a box with both dismounted and mounted versions. The figures are very nice, but I was a bit disappointed in two things: their limited number of foot poses and the fact that they're wearing boots rather than gaiters. When I was making these models up, I found attaching the swords particularly troublesome. The mounted version of the Dragoons go together really well, and as a unit they look very impressive. And my second unit of cavalry, the Hussars, these are periplastics as well. I was inspired to paint these up as the second Hussars after reading a book called In the Peninsula with a French Hussar, memoirs of a person who had served with this unit. These figures should have had a carbine attached to a sling, but I thought the mounting point was so small that they wouldn't stand up to Wargames handling, so I decided to leave it off. The commander is a Warlord Games mounted colonel, and the ADC is one of the spare figures from the Perry Plastics Hussars box, painted up as a different unit. Side by side you can see that the Warlord Games figures are smaller, and certainly less well fed than those from Perry. And finally, I was very taken with this little vignette piece, a cantiniere and her mule. She's rushing with sustenance to some poor wounded French soldier. Just adds a nice touch. Well, those are my Peninsula War French. I hope you found this interesting, and thank you for watching.